Welcome to a deep dive into launching a clothing brand. You shared marketing strategy to start a clothing brand with us. And, well, we are going to break down how to make your brand a huge success. We'll skip the boring stuff and jump right into the juicy strategies, things like pre-launch hype, and yeah, even how memes can help your marketing. Get ready, because we're about to get stylish A&D strategic.
I think it's so cool how the source mixes creativity with, a data-driven approach. It's more than just having a neat idea. You gotta understand the market, right?
Yeah.
And then use those insights to make it big.
Yeah, for sure. It all starts with figuring out your brand's core identity, right? The source talks about nailing your story, your target audience, and your USP, unique selling proposition, which is basically what problem does your brand solve for your customers?
Exactly. And that USP is so important, especially now with so many brands out there. Think about it. Why should someone choose your brand over all the others? What makes you different?
Okay, so how do we figure that out? The source is big on market research. And honestly, they've got some pretty impressive tools in their toolbox. They suggest using Google Trends to see what's trending in the fashion world, which
Right.
is smart, right? You can ride the wave of what people are already searching for.
Oh, absolutely. And then to see where your competition's up to. You got to use SEMrush. It's like, I don't know, having a secret pass to their marketing strategies. You can see
Yeah.
what keywords they're using, how they're driving traffic, even what their audience looks like. Talk about some valuable information.
It's like fashion espionage,
Right.
but totally legal, of course. And speaking of audiences, the source recommends similar web to understand the demographics and interests of your competitors' customers. I feel like we're building a file on the whole fashion industry.
Well, in a way we are, but this knowledge is power, You can use it to find those gaps in the market, tailor your message, and make sure you're reaching the right people.
With the right message at the right time. Got it. It's all starting to click into place. And we can't forget about the info you get from your own social media, right? Instagram and TikTok analytics can tell you so much about what your audience actually likes.
It's amazing what you can learn just by watching. Like, pay attention to what types of posts get the most engagement, what hashtags are trending, and who your most active followers are. All of that can help you adjust your content and make it even better.
It's like having a focus group right there in your phone. Okay, before we get into the actual marketing channels, there's one more thing the source talks about. The SWOT analysis. I know it sounds kind of like business jargon, but honestly, it's pretty clever.
It really is more than just a fancy word. It's about really taking a look at your brand. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What opportunities are out there? And what threats do you need to be prepared for? By understanding all of that, you can make really strategic decisions. Decisions that set your brand up for success.
Okay, you've convinced me. So let's get to the good stuff. Marketing channels and strategies. And the first one, no surprise here, is social media.
That's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
It's not just about posting pretty pictures anymore. It's about building a community, engaging with your audience, and creating content that turns followers into customers.
So how do we do that? The source mentions creating a strategic content strategy and using platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Pinterest.
Yeah, but you can't just do the same thing on every platform. Each one has its own unique vibe and audience. Instagram is great for visual storytelling. TikTok is all about those short videos and trends. Facebook is perfect for building a loyal following. And Pinterest is like a visual search engine. People go there for inspiration and to find new products.
So we got to tailor our content to each platform. It's more than just reposting the same photo everywhere.
Exactly. You got to understand what works on each platform and create content that feels natural and engaging. Like on Instagram, you might focus on high-quality photos and interesting captions. But on TikTok, you might jump on a dance challenge or create a fun behind-the-scenes video. And on Facebook, you could start a conversation with a poll or a question.
Okay, so we got to get creative. What kind of content should we actually be making? The source talks about going behind the scenes, showing glimpses of your manufacturing, design, and styling process.
That's such a good way to be authentic and connect with your audience on a deeper level. People want to see the human side of your brand, They want to know the story behind the clothes, the inspiration, the people who are making it all happen.
So instead of just showing the finished product, we show the journey.
Exactly. Think about sharing snippets of, like, choosing fabrics or your design sketches, maybe even a time-lapse of the garment construction. It's about giving your audience a peek behind the curtain.
I love that. The source also talks about user-generated content, basically encouraging customers to become brand ambassadors. By sharing their experiences and using that branded hashtag,
User-generated content, or UGC, is gold. It's authentic, it's relatable, and it works. When your customers share photos and videos of themselves wearing your clothes, it's like a personal recommendation to all their friends. And that builds trust in a way that no advertisement ever
It's
could.
like word of mouth, but amplified. So how do we get people to actually create and share UGC?
There are a few ways. You can do contests and giveaways, offer discounts to people who share photos, or even feature user-generated content on your own social media and website.
So it's about making it fun and rewarding for your customers. And what about live shopping? Instagram and TikTok Live have gotten so popular.
Oh, live shopping is a game changer. You can connect with your audience right then and there, show off your products in a way that feels real and exciting, and answer questions on the spot. It's like having your own little shopping channel right for your phone.
So we can actually sell stuff while we're live. That's pretty cool. But I gotta be honest, I'm a little intimidated by going live.
Practice makes perfect. Start with something simple, like a Q&A or a behind-the-scenes tour of your studio. And don't worry about being perfect. People like authenticity. Just be yourself, have fun, and talk to your audience.
Okay, deep breaths. The source also dives into influencer and micro-influencer marketing. It seems like collaborations are super important these days.
Absolutely. Working with influencers who fit your brand can really expand your reach and introduce your clothes to a whole new group of people.
It makes sense. If someone I trust recommends something, I'm way more likely to check it out. But how do we choose the right influencers? There are so many out there.
It's not just about how many followers they have. You got to look for influencers whose audience matches your target market, whose content is engaging and feels real, and whose values align with your brand's mission. Don't be afraid to partner with smaller influencers, too. They might have a smaller following, but it could be a super engaged one.
So quality over quantity.
Exactly. A real recommendation from someone people trust is way more impactful than a shout-out from someone with millions of followers who might not even actually use your products.
That's a really good point. Authenticity is key. And to help us make awesome social media content, the source recommends a few tools: Canva, Adobe Suite, and CapCut.
Those are great resources for creating really professional-looking content, even if you're not a designer or video editor. Canva is perfect for making eye-catching graphics, Instagram stories, and even short videos. Adobe Suite is the gold standard for photo and video editing. And CapCut is a super user-friendly video editing app, perfect for making TikTok content.
Okay, so now our social media strategy is coming together. What's next on the launch checklist?
Your online store, your website and e-commerce platform. Think of it like this. If social media is the window display, your website is where the actual sale happens.
It's got to be more than just pretty then. The source talks about SEO, high-converting landing pages, live chat, even AI chatbots.
It's all about making it easy for people to buy from you.
Right, because if your website is confusing, it doesn't matter how good your marketing is, people are just going to leave.
Exactly. You want people to find what they need, get the information they want, and make a purchase. That's where SEO comes in.
Okay, SEO is search engine optimization. I've heard the term, but how does it actually work?
Basically, it's about making sure people can find your website when they search for things you offer. Think about the words people type into Google when they're looking for clothes like yours. Those are your keywords.
So if I'm selling vintage denim jackets, I need to make sure those words are on my website and in my product descriptions.
You got it. And there are tools that can help you find the best keywords. The source recommends Ahrefs and SEMrush. They show you what words your competitors are using, what people are actually searching for, and even how much competition there is for certain words.
That's super helpful. So we use SEO to get people to our website. But then what? How do we get them to buy something?
High-converting landing pages are key. They mention unbounce and lead pages. Those tools help you create pages that are designed to get people to take action.
So it's not just having a general website, it's about having specific pages for specific products or promotions.
Exactly. If someone clicks on an ad for your swimwear collection, you don't want to send them to your homepage where they have to search around. You want to send them straight to a page all about swimwear, making it easy to buy.
That makes total sense. What about live chat and AI chatbots? They recommend Tidio and Intercom. Do we really need those?
They can be super helpful. Live chat lets you answer customer questions right away, offer suggestions, and fix any problems quickly. It's like having a stylist or customer service rep available 24/7.
So it's about giving people that instant help they expect online.
Exactly. And AI chatbots can do even more. They can answer common questions, guide people through the checkout process, even suggest products based on what someone's been looking at.
Wow, technology is pretty amazing. But what about people who visit our website, look around, but don't buy anything? Can we bring them back?
Of course. That's what retargeting is all about. They recommend tools like Klaviyo for email and Nosto for AI-powered personalization. You can use those to show people targeted ads and remind them about the stuff they left behind.
So it's like a little nudge to say, hey, remember all the cool stuff you were looking at?
Exactly. And personalization is key here. You can tailor your messages based on what they looked at, what they've bought before, even where they are.
It's all about making them feel special. And they've got even more tool recommendations for this section. They mention Shopify, WooCommerce, Google Analytics, and Hotjar.
Those are like the backbone of e-commerce. Shopify and WooCommerce are platforms for building your online store. Google Analytics is a must-have for tracking website traffic. It shows you how people are using your site. And Hotjar lets you see where people are clicking and scrolling. Super helpful for making your website better.
It's like having X-ray vision for your website.
Exactly. All of these tools give you valuable insights to help you make smart decisions and improve your website.
Okay, so our social media is on point, our website is ready to go. What's next?
Let's talk about getting the word out and driving traffic to your online store. Let's dive into paid advertising. Paid advertising could be a little, I don't know, scary for some people, but it's seriously powerful for reaching your audience and getting those sales. There's so much happening online these days. Just creating good content isn't enough. You have to get that content in front of the right people.
That's so true. It's like, if you make a great product but no one knows about it, does it even exist? So how do we make sure people see our stuff? Where do we even start with paid advertising?
The source talks about a few key platforms. First up, Facebook and Instagram ads. They let you get really specific with who you're targeting. Like you can choose people based on their age, interests, even their behaviors.
So we can target people who have already shown interest in our brand and also find new people who might like what we offer.
Exactly. And you could do things like retargeting people who visited your website. Use lookalike audiences to find similar people. And even use dynamic product ads to bring back those people who left stuff in their cart.
Cart abandoners, those are the people who fill up their cart and then get distracted, right?
Yeah, exactly. It happens to all of us. But with those dynamic product ads, you can remind them about those items and hopefully get them to finish their purchase.
Like a little shopping cart nudge.
Okay, so Facebook and Instagram ads are on the list. What else does the source suggest?
Google ads are essential too, especially Google shopping ads and search ads. Those are perfect for when people are ready to buy something. They use what are called high-intent keywords.
High-intent keywords. What does that mean?
Think about it like this. Instead of just targeting the word shoes, you might target buy women's running shoes online. That way, you're reaching people who are actively looking to buy and ready to make a purchase right now.
So it's about being in the right place at the right time and making sure your ads show up when people are searching for those specific things.
Exactly. And Google Ads lets you track everything, so you can see what's working, what's not, and adjust your campaigns to get the best results. Gotta love data. Now, what about TikTok ads? That feels like the new frontier of advertising.
It definitely has a lot of potential. TikTok's algorithm is amazing for getting your content seen. And if you add in some strategic ads, you can reach a ton of people.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me more. What kinds of TikTok ads are we talking about?
They mention a few different types. There are Spark ads, which boost your already existing content. So if a video is doing well, you can give it an extra push. And then there are collaborations with creators, where you pay to have your products featured in their videos.
So we're tapping into the creativity of these TikTok stars and reaching their audience.
Exactly. It's a win-win. The creator gets paid, and you get exposure to their followers.
I can see how that would be really effective. Oh, there's one more thing the source mentioned that I'm curious about. Influencer whitelisting. What is that?
That's a really cool strategy. Basically, you get permission to run ads using an influencer's content.
So we can use their photos and videos in our ads. Why is that a good thing?
People trust recommendations from people they follow, more than they trust a random ad from a brand they don't know. It's all about using that existing relationship and credibility.
Like getting a stamp of approval from a friend.
Exactly. And thankfully, there are a bunch of tools that can help with all this advertising stuff. They mentioned Meta Ads Manager, TikTok Ads Manager, Google Ads, and Criteo for retargeting. These tools let you create, manage, and track all your campaigns in one place.
Sounds like there's a whole toolbox for paid advertising.
These tools are essential if you're serious about growing your brand and getting the most out of your advertising budget.
Okay, we've covered social media marketing and paid advertising. But what about building relationships with our customers? I feel like there's more to it than just getting people to buy something once.
You're absolutely right. It's about turning those one-time buyers into loyal fans. And that's where email and SMS marketing come in.
Okay, I'm listening. Tell me everything.
So those flashy ads and social media posts are great for getting attention. But email and SMS let you stay in touch with people over time, sending them personalized messages and offers.
So it's about staying top of mind, reminding people that you exist and have great products.
Exactly. But you have to do it in a way that provides value, not just spamming people. The source talks about creating a welcome email sequence, a series of emails that introduce new subscribers to your brand.
What kind of things should we include in those welcome emails?
It's like a warm welcome to your brand. You can share your story, highlight your best-selling products, offer a discount code as a thank you for signing up, maybe even give them a sneak peek at new collections or special deals.
It's like rolling out the red carpet for them. And what about those people who leave stuff in their cart? Can we use email to bring them back?
Absolutely. Cart abandonment emails can be really effective. You can gently remind them about the items they left, maybe offer free shipping to encourage them to complete the purchase, or even share customer reviews to show them they're making a good choice.
Like a little shopping cheerleader. Okay, but what about our loyal customers? Everyone wants to feel appreciated, right?
Building loyalty is crucial. The source suggests creating special groups for VIP customers. You can give them exclusive discounts, early access to new collections, even personalized styling advice.
Like a VIP club for our best customers. That's a great way to make them feel special and keep them coming back.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of a simple thank you note or a birthday discount. Those little things can make a big difference.
Okay, what else can we do with email marketing?
They also mention upsells and cross-sells, basically suggesting other products that go well with what someone already bought.
So if someone buys a dress, we might suggest a matching handbag or earrings.
Exactly. It's about making the most of every interaction and creating a personalized experience.
Okay, what about SMS marketing? How does that fit in?
SMS is a great way to reach people instantly. It cuts through all the clutter of email and social media. It's perfect for time-sensitive offers like slash sales.
Like those doorbuster deals that get people running to the store. But with SMS, they can get the deal from their couch.
Exactly. And with tools like Postscript and Attentive, you can automate your SMS campaigns, personalize your messages, and track your results.
It's like having a direct line to their phone. Okay, we've covered social media, paid advertising, email, and SMS. Is there anything else we need to know about building a brand?
Let's talk about building a network of brand advocates through influencer and affiliate marketing. Trust is so important these days. And there's no better way to build trust than by working with people your audience already trusts.
Right. People are more likely to listen to someone they know and like than a random ad they see online. So how do we find these influential people who can help spread the word?
The source talks about partnering with fashion bloggers, YouTubers, and TikTokers. They've built loyal followings based on shared interests and styles.
So instead of trying to reach everyone, we're targeting specific groups who are already interested in what we sell.
Exactly. You have to be strategic. Find influencers whose audience aligns with your target market. And remember, it's not just about big-name influencers. Smaller, micro-influencers can be super effective too.
It's all about finding the right fit. Influencers who genuinely love your brand.
Exactly. And you can collaborate with them in different ways. They talk about setting up an affiliate program where influencers get a commission for every sale they drive.
So everyone wins, the influencer gets rewarded, and the brand gets more sales.
Exactly. And there are tools like Refersion that can track those sales and manage your program.
What about brand ambassadors? How are those different from influencers?
Brand ambassadors are usually loyal customers who really love your brand. They're happy to represent you long term. They might share their favorite products on social media, wear your clothes to events, or even give feedback on new designs.
It's like having a team of cheerleaders for your brand.
Exactly. And there are platforms like Upfluence and Aspire IQ that can help you find and manage those relationships.
Okay, so we've got social media, paid ads, email, SMS, and influencers. Is there anything else we need to do to make our brand a success?
There's one more piece of the puzzle that's super important: PR and community building.
That's what I want to know. We've talked about all these different strategies, but how do we actually know what's working? How do we measure our success?
That's where performance tracking and analytics come in. In the digital world, we have so much information at our fingertips. Information about how people are behaving, how our campaigns are performing. The key is to use that data to make smart decisions and get the most out of our efforts.
Okay, I'm ready to become a data expert. Where do we even start? What kind of data should we be looking at?
The source breaks it down into a few key areas. First up, website analytics. They recommend Google Analytics and Hotjar.
I've heard of Google Analytics. That's the free tool from Google that tracks website traffic, right?
It's a treasure trove of information. You can see how many people are visiting your website, where they're coming from, what pages they're looking at, how long they're staying, even what kind of device they're using.
So we can see if people are finding us through social media or our ads.
Exactly, and you can see which pages are doing well and which ones might need some work, like maybe people are leaving a certain page because it's too slow, or the design is confusing. Google Analytics can help you figure that out so you can make it better.
It's like a website detective. What about Hotjar? What's that one all about?
Hotjar is all about understanding how people are actually using your website. You can see things like heat maps, which show you where people are clicking and scrolling. You can even watch recordings of real people using your site. And you can set up polls and surveys to get feedback directly from your visitors.
So we can see if people are clicking on our buttons
Yeah,
or reading our product descriptions.
exactly. That helps you make your website as user-friendly as possible.
Okay, so we've got website analytics covered. What about tracking our ad performance? We're spending money on those, so we want to make sure they're actually working.
For sure. And the good news is platforms like Meta Ads, Google Ads, and TikTok Ads Manager have built-in tools to help you track everything.
What kind of things can we track?
Oh, pretty much everything. Click-through rates, conversion rates, cost per acquisition. You can see how many people are clicking on your ads, how many of those clicks are turning into sales, and how much each sale is costing you.
So we can see if our ads are reaching the right people and if they're actually convincing them to buy something.
Exactly. And with that data, you can adjust your targeting, tweak your ad copy, and make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck.
Gotta love data-driven decisions. Now, what about email and SMS? How do we know if people are actually opening our emails and clicking on our links?
Most email and SMS marketing platforms like Klaviyo and Omnisend have pretty detailed tracking features.
What should we be paying attention to?
You can track open rates, click-through rates, conversion rates, even unsubscribe rates. Basically, you can see how many people are opening your emails, how many are clicking on your links, how many are making purchases, and how many are saying, nah, I'm not interested anymore.
So we can see what's working, what's not, and who's still engaged.
Exactly. You can use this data to make your emails more relevant and make sure you're sending the right message to the right people.
It's all about personalization and providing value.
Exactly. And don't forget about social media analytics. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, they all give you insights into who your audience is, what they like, and how they're interacting with your content.
So we can see who's following us, what kind of posts they like, how much they're engaging with our content.
You got it. You can see things like follower growth, engagement rates, reach, impressions, even the best times to post.
So we can tailor our content to each platform and our specific audience.
Exactly. Data is your friend.
Okay, so we're tracking all this data, but what do we actually do with it?
That's where KPIs come in. Key performance indicators. They're basically a way to measure how well your marketing is doing.
Can you give me some examples? What kind of KPIs should we be focusing on?
Some of those important ones for clothing brands are customer acquisition cost, CAC, conversion rate, CVR, average order value, AOV, return on ad spend, ROAS, customer lifetime value, CLV, engagement rate, and click-through rate, CTR.
Whoa, that's a lot of acronyms. Can you break those down for me?
Sure. Customer acquisition cost, or CAC, is how much it costs you to get a new customer. Conversion rate, CVR, is the percentage of website visitors who actually buy something. Average order value, AOV, is how much people spend per order on average. Return on ad spend, ROAS, tells you how effective your ads are. Customer lifetime value, CLV, is the total amount a customer is expected to spend with you. Engagement rate measures how much people are interacting with your content. And click-through rate, CTR, shows you how many people are clicking on your links.
Okay, so by tracking all of these KPIs, we can see how much it costs to get new customers, how well we're turning those visitors into buyers, and how much those customers are worth to our business over time.
Exactly. These KPIs give you a really clear picture of how your marketing is performing.
It's like a financial report card for our marketing efforts. So let's say our launch is going well, we're tracking everything, and we're seeing good results. What's next? How do we take things to the next level?
That's where scaling strategies come in. Once you've got a solid foundation, it's time to think bigger. This could mean expanding to new markets, launching new product lines, or partnering with bigger influencers.
Time to go from the minors to the majors. Tell me more about expanding to new markets.
The global market is huge. By strategically expanding to new countries or regions, you can reach a whole new audience, diversify your revenue, and not rely solely on your local market.
It's like taking our fashion show on a world tour. But going global sounds complicated. What are some things we need to think about before we do that?
There are definitely some things to consider. You have to research the new market, understand their culture, maybe even translate your website and product descriptions.
It's like learning a whole new language of business. What about launching new product lines? How do we know when it's the right time to expand what we offer?
The key is to listen to your customers. See what they're asking for. Maybe they want more sizes or colors. Maybe they're looking for sustainable options. Or maybe you've spotted a gap in the market that you can fill.
So it's about responding to what our customers want and also trying to anticipate what they'll want next.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment. Limited edition releases and collaborations are a great way to create buzz and reward your loyal customers.
So maybe a limited edition collection with a popular influencer.
That's one way to do it. It's all about finding partners that make sense for your brand.
It's all starting to come together, but it's definitely a lot of information to process.
It is a lot, but you don't have to do it all at once. The source actually provides a roadmap for launching your brand. It breaks the process down into manageable steps.
Okay, tell me more about this roadmap.
They outline 4 main phases: pre-launch, soft launch, official launch, and post-launch. The pre-launch phase is all about getting ready, finalizing your brand, building your website, setting up social media, and starting to grow your email list.
So all the behind-the-scenes stuff before we go live.
Exactly. Then there's the soft launch. This is where you start testing things out with a smaller audience, get some feedback, and make any necessary tweaks.
Like a practice run before the big show.
Precisely. Then comes the official launch, the moment you've been waiting for. It's time to go all out with your marketing, announce your brand to the world, and start making those sales.
It's showtime. What about post-launch? What happens after all the excitement?
The post-launch phase is about keeping the momentum going, building relationships with your customers, and continuing to grow. You track your results, make adjustments, and stay ahead of the trends.
So the launch is just the beginning.
Exactly. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Oh, and the source also includes a sample content calendar for your first 4 weeks. It's a great starting point for planning your social media posts, emails, and other marketing activities.
That's so helpful, like a roadmap for creating content.
And remember, it's just a guide. You can adjust it to fit your specific needs and goals.
This deep dive has been incredible. I feel like I've learned so much. But if we had to sum it all up in one key takeaway, what would it be?
I think the biggest takeaway is that launching a successful clothing brand requires a mix of creativity, data-driven decisions, and understanding your audience.
It's not enough to just have a passion for fashion.
Right. You need a plan, you need data, and you need to know who you're talking to.
Which is what makes this source so valuable.
It really gives you a roadmap for success in the fashion world.
Now I'm curious to know what our listener thinks. Now that you've learned all about the strategy behind building a fashion brand, what kind of brand would you create?
What problem would your brand solve? What values would it represent? What would make it stand out from the crowd?
Those are great questions to think about. There are no wrong answers. Just let your imagination run wild.
The possibilities are endless. We've given you the roadmap. Now it's up to you to choose the destination.
So grab a notebook, sketch out some ideas, and let your creativity flow.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone. There are tons of resources and communities out there to help you.
We've covered a lot in this deep dive, from the initial idea to the strategic launch of a brand. But there's always more to learn. The world of fashion marketing is constantly changing.
Hopefully this deep dive has given you a solid foundation and a new appreciation for the strategic thinking behind building a successful brand.
Don't forget to check out the show notes for links to all the resources we mentioned.
And if you're feeling inspired to learn more about fashion, we have a whole library of episodes on branding, marketing, e-commerce, and more.
So keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep creating.
And one last thought before we go. We've talked a lot about the practical side of building a brand. But don't forget the power of passion.
Passion is what will fuel your journey. It'll keep you going when things get tough. And it'll shine through in everything you create.
So as you embark on your fashion adventure, let your passion be your guide.
Let it inspire you, drive you, and help you create something truly unique.
And never be afraid to experiment, take risks, and break the mold.
Because in the world of fashion, the only limit is your imagination.
With the right mix of creativity, strategy, and a whole lot of heart, you can achieve anything you set your mind to.
So go out there and make your mark on the world. We can't wait to see what you create.
Who knows, maybe one day we'll be featuring your brand on the deep dive.
That's right. Keep us updated on your progress. We're always looking for inspiring stories.
Until next time, Keep diving deep, keep exploring, and keep that entrepreneurial spirit burning bright.
That's a wrap on this deep dive, everyone. We hope you found it helpful, inspiring, and maybe even a little bit life-changing.
We covered a lot today, but remember, this is just the beginning.
So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep creating.
And never forget, fashion is more than just clothes. It's a form of self-expression, a way to connect, a force for change.
So go out there and make your mark on the world. We can't wait to see what you do.
Until next time, stay curious, stay stylish, and keep diving deep.